What if I told you that one of the most misunderstood verses in the entire Bible is actually a blueprint for supernatural, unstoppable wealth growth? Not a motivational quote, not a moral lesson, a literal quantum law hidden in Scripture, a law that modern banks, financial institutions, and even spiritual teachers rarely talk about. And it's right here. Proverbs 13:11. Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. Most people think this simply means, be patient, good things take time. But that's not what this verse is about. This is not about patience. This is about quantum compounding, the spiritual mechanism that makes small, steady, aligned actions multiply into massive results. Today, I'm going to show you why this verse is actually describing a spiritual technology, a divine wealth formula, a biblical method for triggering exponential increase in your finances, your opportunities, and even your identity. Before we dive in, if this kind of content speaks to you, make sure you hit like so this message reaches more people who need it, and subscribe if you want more Christian quantum teachings every week. Now, let's get into the secret. Most people read this verse and assume God prefers slow progress. But the original Hebrew is much deeper. The phrase little by little is Hebrew mem Hebrewa, Hebrew tayin Hebrewa, Hebrew tate, Hebrew mem Hebrew shva, Hebrew tayin Hebrewa, Hebrew tate. Maat. Not slow, not weak, not hesitant. It means a steady, repetitive energetic imprint that accumulates power in the unseen realm. This is the same pattern we see in the law of sowing and reaping, the mustard seed principle, the measure you use teaching of Jesus, and the quantum physics concept of superposition accumulating into manifestation. The Bible keeps repeating the same technology. When you apply consistent, aligned energy into the field, even in small doses, the field amplifies it. This is exactly how faith works. This is how identity works. And this is how wealth works. Not through intensity, through continuity. The quantum field responds to repetition because repetition stabilizes reality. When God says, "Those who gather little by little will increase," He's revealing something mind-blowing. Wealth doesn't grow because of the amount you do. It grows because of the frequency you maintain. Think about that for a moment. If that resonates already, drop a comment saying, "I receive it." Let's go deeper. Banks do not get rich by making huge, risky moves. Banks become powerful through compound accumulation. They're not hopping for miracles. They're not gambling. They're not hustling harder. They rely on a guaranteed mathematical and energetic law. Small deposits plus consistency plus time equals exponential multiplication. And if you think this is just math, look closer. Compound interest works because energy builds upon energy. Frequency reinforces frequency. Momentum amplifies itself. This is why a dollar invested today becomes more powerful than the same dollar invested tomorrow. It already carries energetic history. It has time woven into it. Now here's the twist. Proverbs 13:11 isn't warning you about fast money. It's showing you that anything not rooted in consistent energetic resonance, anything not backed by inner alignment, eventually collapses. That includes lottery wins, sudden windfalls, emotional spending, get-rich-quick plans, and even spiritual manifestation shortcuts. Scripture isn't condemning wealth. It's condemning unanchored wealth. Because the quantum field cannot hold what you are not consistent enough to stabilize. Let me say that again. You cannot keep what your identity cannot sustain. This verse is saying something radical. Small, steady actions Recalibrate your identity to match the wealth you want. And when identity matches reality, the physical world has no choice but to rearrange itself. If you're still with me, hit the like button. It helps spread the message and tells me to keep going deeper. In quantum physics, there's a principle called wave function collapse. A possibility becomes real when enough observation, enough energy, and enough repetition stabilize it. This is why habits shape your life, why thoughts shape your identity, why beliefs shape your outcomes. The field doesn't reward emotional intensity. The field rewards frequency stability. Faith isn't a burst of belief. Faith is the continual alignment of your inner reality with your desired future. This is why Jesus said, "According to your faith be it unto you," not according to your intention, not according to your desire, not according to your emotion, according to your faith frequency, your repeated internal state. So when Proverbs 13:11 says little by little, it's describing spiritual physics. Repeated actions collapse reality into stability, and stability produces increase. You want a financial breakthrough. Your identity must signal stability, not chaos, not desperation, not inconsistency. Here's the truth. Most people don't lack opportunity. They lack energetic consistency. Let's go even deeper. Jesus said the kingdom of heaven works like a mustard seed. Not because it's tiny, but because once planted, it grows consistently, uninterrupted, with increasing force, until it becomes something massive. Here's the shocking part. The mustard seed doesn't grow because it tries. It grows because the pattern is embedded within it. This is the same pattern Proverbs 13:11 is describing. You don't need massive effort. You need embedded alignment. Small aligned actions tap into the kingdom's quantum architecture. That's why Jesus taught daily bread, daily alignment, daily seeking, daily renewal of the mind. This is not repetition for discipline's sake. This is repetition for manifestation's sake. Hasty wealth in Hebrew isn't about speed. It's about intention. It refers to wealth disconnected from identity, wealth gained without spiritual foundation, wealth that bypasses the inner transformation process, wealth that cannot be held because the vessel isn't expanded enough. Think of people who suddenly win the lottery, or receive a big inheritance, or get a windfall. 80 to 90% lose it in a few years. Why? Because their inner reality doesn't match the external blessing. The quantum field collapses only what is congruent, and Scripture reflects the same law. Identity misalignment dissolves abundance, but little by little is different. Little by little reprograms your identity into the frequency of abundance, not just financially, emotionally, spiritually, energetically. That's why it increases. Because you increase. Let's make this practical. If you want to activate Proverbs 13:11 in your life, here are 3 spiritual scientific steps. 1. Build a wealth frequency, not a wealth fantasy. The quantum field does not respond to hope. It responds to habitual internal state. Spend 5 minutes a day entering the emotional frequency of abundance. Not imagining riches, but embodying stability, confidence, expectancy. 5 minutes a day compounds faster than 1 hour once a week. 2. Do 1 aligned action every single day. Not 10 actions once. 1 action done daily carries more quantum weight because it reinforces identity. Call it your mustard seed move. 1 email, 1 saving decision, 1 hour of learning, 1 message sent, One new skill improved. The field sees consistency. Consistency creates momentum. Momentum creates breakthrough. 3. Track your micro-wins. This is the part nobody teaches. Every small victory expands your self-concept. Every tiny step signals to the field. I can hold more, I can steward more, I can grow more. This is how the spiritual and quantum realms reward you. Small wins aren't small. They're proof to the field that you're ready. If this is landing, comment the word increase below. You don't manifest wealth. You manifest the version of yourself who is capable of stewarding wealth. That is the message of Proverbs 13:11. God isn't saying wait. He's saying build the frequency that wealth can attach itself to. Wealth goes where identity can hold it. And identity grows through consistency. Little by little, moment by moment, seed by seed, faith by faith. This verse is not small. It's not simple. It's not about patience. It's a divine revelation. Quantum increase belongs to the consistent, because consistency rewrites your spiritual blueprint. And once the blueprint changes, everything in your external world follows. If this spoke to you, make sure to like this video so others can find it, and subscribe for more teachings that unlock the hidden laws of God, the quantum field, and your divine identity. And I'll leave you with this question. What small, aligned action can you do today that your future self will thank you for? Because that small action, done consistently, may be the one that changes everything.